what is the first word that comes to your mind when I say the word solo queue? Now, a lot of you guys might think lost, stressful, bad teammates, and most of all, what we all hate, including me, D-ranking. But what if I told you there's a way, right now, wherever you're watching this video, that you can change that perspective? Now, let's say you think of solo queue. I say that word, and you think of grinding, long-term winning, chill ranked without the worry of D-ranking. Now, between the two lists I just gave you, which one would you choose? Got an answer? Nice, keep that in your mind. We all want a high rank to play, to learn. Now, between you and me, I think we both know what we all want, is to have a high rank, and to play at a high level, and to play smart, and win a lot of games. And by solo queuing, that takes us to that winning result, but it takes us a different path. And that different path is a lot of people get confused on, and they get mixed up about what other people's path are taking to that high rank, and they're comparing both paths, and it's just not working out. But I'll tell you right now, those paths is different for everybody. Your path may have different strengths and weaknesses than whatever Bolu had. Maybe he had strengths of aim, but he probably didn't have as good game sense, but his path eventually took him to where he is now. And your path has the potential to become the best version of yourself. You're just not there yet, and I'm going to help you guys get there. I still solo queue to this day, and what I did to get to near Plat 1 is by focusing on myself, not my teammate. Now, it's really hard when they're literally playing beside you the whole game, and it's really hard not to, look at what they're doing wrong. So the next time you solo queue, focus on yourself, not your teammates. I didn't say ignore your teammates for what they're doing, but they aren't your priority, and you're not playing the game for them. You're playing the game for yourself. One of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite people is, notice everything, but be wise of what you react to. And I want all you guys to keep that in the back of your head the next time you play ranked. So let's get down to operator picks. What operators should you play in solo queue? What are the best operators? Well, remember what I said earlier, there's different paths for everybody, and everybody has a different path. But there's all operators that we all know which work in the meta, what are, famous operators like Jaeger, Valkyrie, Ozzy. Now, what are high pick ones? So you choose whichever one you want based on your playstyle. Now, after you pick those operators, I would look at what your team is lined up. Maybe if you guys have a Capkin, Frost, maybe a Bandit. Alright, you guys got the wall denial down. Maybe to help play off your operators and make it hard for them to get the Bandits, maybe you can play a Jaeger, give them an ADS so they can't grenade over it, or maybe use the Jaeger and roam below, try to protect the Bandits. That's just one scenario. I'm not saying we should always do that, but you want to try to see what your opportunities are and how you can play. So once the round starts, you'll be like, alright, this might be the hardest part because you don't know really what to do. So I personally work off of where my teammates are getting gunfights in, where they die from. The little skull that pops up. So in solo queue, kind of think of that as your only basic way of getting information is based off of where your teammates are fighting and the default camps. So those are like your basic ground information of what you can use that is like mostly at your hands. Now, a little mind trick that I've kind of got for myself is thinking of callouts as a bonus for my team whenever my teammates give callouts in solo queue, because when I go into solo queue, I have lower expectations. I don't just run around and don't give a crap about anyone, but what I'm saying is the environment of solo queue versus 5-stacking with a full team of communication and positioning is extremely different, but they're both effective as you keep playing the game. Now, a lot of you guys go into solo queue and expect your teammates to listen to your callouts, give callouts themselves where do they die, and play smart. Now, a lot of people be like, it's a 2v1 situation and your teammate pushes out instead of playing your trade. Unfortunate, it happens. Well, we have low expectations, so we expect that. And we're just going to try to play our best and not worry about him because he's not our priority. That teammate that peeked out in a 2v1, he's not our priority. So over the past few years of me solo queuing, what I realize is sometimes you just got to play to get your own frags. You got to get the frags for your team. And if you got a top frag, so be it. Hire the expectations for yourself to meet those and just keep grinding to get better. Yes, you're going to die in a lot of stupid ways. It's going to happen, but you're solo queuing and that's what you should be expecting. You put yourself in that situation. So whether you're on attack or defense, sometimes you just got to get the kills for yourself. If you try to play smart your teammates might not be on the same boat as you, and it might end up just you doing nothing. So sometimes you gotta step it up for your teammates, and you gotta get those kills that impact for the round. So let's talk about teammates. I think that's one of the biggest issues of solo queuing, and especially in a 5v5 team-based information game. Some teammates are gonna be good, but some teammates are gonna be bad. Everybody knows that, but at the end of the day, you have to know that it's completely random. You're queuing in a server, you're not choosing who you play with. When you queue for that server, you're basically giving permission to give you in a lobby of random players, right? So why are you expecting so much out of players you don't even know? Now, it's easy to look at the negatives, but it's also easy to look at the positives. Just the negatives are a form of excuses and easier for us because we all have the ego of being a good player, including me, including everybody. I mean, who doesn't have the ego to be a really good player? We all hold ourselves up to that because that's what we want in this game. In this video game, we want to be a good player. We want to win a lot because it's fun. And I don't think anybody has the ego of, even if you're playing for fun, no one holds themselves to be like, man, I can't wait to just make mistakes in this game and be bad, because that's not fun. So I want this video is your perspective. I want you to start looking at the brighter side, or positives. It's as easy as flipping the light switch in your room right now. If you want, go to your room, go flip the light switch, turn it off. That's how you think negative. But when you turn it on, you see things that, you know, like your desk or your phone, something like that. You know what I mean? But the moral of the story is there's a lot of opportunity that people are turning down because they just decide to not take accountability for what's going on in the round. As the famous saying is, look at the glass half empty or half full. Which one do you look at? You decide how you want to play, how you think. Nobody in the world or in the entire lobby is in control of your thinking and your mind. Nobody's going to think for you, no one's going to play for you. So stop blaming that your teammates are the reason you're solo queuing and you're losing. You're basically ignoring the fact that you decided to queue up and wait 2 to 5 minutes, and whether you win or lose a solo queue game, take accountability for whatever happened. You decided to press the button ranked, you decided to wait 2 to 5 minutes, and you had the option to back out if you wanted to not win or lose. And you can't say things are not in your favor when things like that happen, like losing a solo queue game. So here's what I want you to know leaving today. We all want a high rank, but the higher the rank, the higher amount of time you have to play this game. And regardless of the match result, it's all the process of getting better for putting you in a better place to win. Focus on yourself, not your teammates. Play to improve, not to win. That's what I want you to learn from this video. If this video helped change your perspective a little bit, then consider subscribing and you'll get another video like this in the future. Leaving a like on the video also helps me know that you guys are enjoying this content, and I will continue to produce more as the game moves on. So whatever you're gonna go do now, I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you guys in the next video.